coming now to verse 26 of the third chapter of the Gospel of John. We're continuing to pursue this matter of the baptism that Jesus was performing, which obviously was creating a bit of stress with respect to those who had been followers of John the Baptist, as they recognize what appears to be a competition arising between these two. All of this, of course, is an extension of Jesus' remark to Nicodemus earlier in this chapter, in which he said, "A man must be born of water and the Spirit." And in some ways we have an exploration now of the water part of that discussion, in which, of course, baptism is generally taken to be the focus of that particular reference. And here, of course, anticipating the huge amount of controversy that has surrounded the rite of baptism through the history of the church, we have a little controversy arising already with respect to Jesus and John and their respective baptisms. So here we have the indication that there are those who are coming to John. We start with Kai and Aelthon, third person plural, second aorist, active indicative. They came pros ton ionein. They came to John. The pros here, of course, used with respect to indication of movement, so they came to him. Kai epan, and said, from lego, second aorist, they said auto, to him, dative, singular, masculine. Rabbi, term of respect, of course. Hos, this is the relative pronoun, nominative, singular, masculine. The one who, or he who. Ain, was. Meta, su, this is a preposition with the genitive, it means with. He who was with you, singular. Paran, beyond, on the other side of, to Ordanu, the Jordan River. He who was with you beyond the Jordan River, apparently alluding to that time when Jesus had come to John and had actually solicited from John baptism at John's hands. Jesus was with John, endorsing, as it were, the ministry of John at this point. And of course, people were recognizing that that was quite an affirmation of the legitimacy of John's ministry for Jesus to come in that connection. But now, apparently a bit of dissonance. This is now the relative pronoun dative, singular, masculine. The one to whom, su, you, singular, the one to whom you, memarturekos, from martyreo, to bear witness. This is the perfect second person singular, so it's you bore witness, and in effect it's using the perfect, suggesting continued to bear witness to this one. The one to whom you bore and continued to bear witness, as it were, is the sense of the perfect here. Ide, interjection, behold or look. Hutos, this one, relative pronoun, masculine, singular, nominative. This one, baptize, baptizes. Kai pantes, bit of an exaggeration, and all erkantai are coming, pros auton, are coming to him. Obviously reflecting a fair amount of concern here, implied in this verse, that the one that Jesus had apparently endorsed is now drawn away. All people, at least in the sort of hyperbolic sense of the text, and they're now going after him, as if John should express some concern that Jesus, in this competitive enterprise being carried on by these two, was actually stealing away those who had been the followers of John. Of course, John is going to disclaim any such concern in the subsequent verse, but we can see, of course, that the practice of baptism in itself is creating a bit of controversy here, and the controversy has been reflected in the concern being voiced by these who are now coming to John and raising this particular issue.